Welcome to OSOSIM Strategic Feat Simulation. This video is designed to give you a quick overview of the functionality of the simulation. When you first enter the simulation, you have an intro memo from the CEO document open on the screen. You can see additional information by choosing from the links at the bottom of the document once you scroll down. Your simulated time will only start once you close this opening document window using the Continue button at the bottom. These same documents may be viewed in the document folder once you've started the simulation. In the character panels on the main simulation screen, you'll see the team members and the stakeholders who are involved in this initiative and with whom you can communicate during the course of the simulation. The colored circles in front of the faces of the characters give you a quick indication of the current opinion or motivation of that person towards the project. Green is good to go. Yellow is all right, it indicates a positive feeling. Orange is starting to get a bit upset, and if you have anyone who's red, such as Sanjay here on your team, it means that the person is not very happy right now, and that could have negative consequences on the initiative. The I button next to each character provides the description of that person that was in the pre-reading document. During the simulation, you can also organize an informal chat with characters to provide you with additional profile information on them. At the bottom of the screen, you have your communication icons. Sending or receiving emails, arranging a telephone conference, or setting up a meeting with one or more stakeholders or team members are all direct forms of communication which are simulated on screen. You also have a list of other events that happen behind the scenes. I will show you an example of holding a meeting. To choose which characters you want to have a meeting with, you have a list of either the team members or the stakeholders. So if you want to switch to stakeholders, you click on the button at the top or back to team members. If I want to choose, for example, to meet with Philip and Eileen, I would click on those characters to move them to the right side of the selection screen. If I change my mind, it's not Philip I want, but Susan, you use clicks to move the characters back and forth between the right-hand side of the screen and the left. Once you have the selection of individuals that you want, click on Create Event. If the people are available right away, the event will happen immediately. Otherwise, it will get scheduled in your calendar for the next available future date when all the selected characters are free. Within any direct communication event, you have broad subject categories on the left-hand side to help make what you want to say easier to find. When you choose a specific category, you'll see the questions or statements that are available for you to say to the people in this event. The available questions within each category may change dynamically according to what is happening in the simulation. If I want to ask these two people for a bit more information about Sanjay, I would click on that question in the About Others category. They will respond based on the current information that they have, on what I've done so far in the simulation, and on any other aspects that might change their answers. If I want to ask them about milestone and scope decisions, I would click on that category and then choose which one I want to ask them about. You have a limited number of communications within each event, shown in the middle of the meeting screen. Once you're finished with the event, close it using the X in the upper right of the inner window. For the other events, there are a variety of actions to choose from that then happen behind the scenes. You don't see these simulated directly on screen, but they happen at the scheduled time and will have an impact on the people involved. If I want, for example, to get two characters to talk to each other without me present, I could choose Denise and Philippe, and they will meet when next available. I will receive an email confirmation when it has happened, which will give me an indication of what the effect of that event might have been. At the top of the main screen, you have your information buttons, the document folder with the information we saw at the beginning for reference, the project task plan that shows you the flow of tasks and progress you make, and the calendar that shows you the events you've done or that are scheduled in the future. On the task screen, you can click on a specific task to see more detailed information about it. In the task detail box, you can choose to add additional resources to that task if it is not yet finished. To provide more non-personnel budget, you use the buttons of plus or minus on the extra budget line to adjust the amount that you want to add on top of what was initially planned. You can also assign a secondary personnel resource to a task by cycling through the different options with repeated clicking. These include the internal team members and the external resources. Click on Approve to make your choice. If a specific stakeholder needs to approve the assignment of that resource, that stakeholder's opinion needs to be positive enough to accept the choice. The plus 24 button that is in the lower left corner of the main screen advances time by one simulated day. It is recommended that you not use this option unless you are running short on time and need to complete the simulation. It is better to use the time available to you for communication or other actions, since you can't get back any time that you skip. You will have milestone or scope decisions that pop up on the screen at specific times during the simulation, with the options available to you for each of those decisions. Choosing one of the options, but then deferring the decision until later, allows you to speak to others about their views on that specific option before making your final decision. To change or review the decision and make the final choice, use the decision buttons that appear in the lower middle of the screen. When you complete all of the initiative's tasks, the simulation will end, and you will see a summary screen with your final results and long-term value creation achieved. These results will be compared to those of other groups during the debrief session. That completes our overview of the main functionalities of the simulation. We hope you enjoy running it, but realize that it is a difficult challenge and may feel frustrating at times. Please get in touch with OSOSIM if you have any specific questions or issues. Above all, we hope you learn a lot from the experience. Thank you.